Zach Zenner's NFL career appeared to be over when he was cut by the Detroit Lions back in September. Upon getting a second chance with the Lions in November, the SDSU alum has made the most of it, running for 144 yards on 30 carries and 2 touchdowns in his last couple of games, and possibly solidifying his spot with the team or someone else next season. Zenner making his best case for that today in Green Bay, a 13-yard touchdown run in the second quarter, as the Lions were just routing the Packers in Lambeau Field. A little bit later in this game, it was Zenner getting a 30-yard reception as he goes for the short screen and breaks it into a 30-yard gain. He ran for a career-high 93 yards in this game. Great finish to his season, and for Detroit, they win it 31-0. Well, the game you're all probably most interested in right now, the Bears and Vikings. If the Vikings win, they're in the playoffs. One problem, they're not winning. It's 13-3 in the third quarter. Chicago pretty much dominating this thing defensively. So again, we'll have highlights of this one at 10 o'clock. If the Vikings don't come back to win, they need Philadelphia to lose. Another problem, that's not happening. They're defeating Washington right now in the third quarter. Elsewhere in the NFL, Kansas City looks to be on their way to clinching the AFC West title and home field throughout the playoffs. Meanwhile, Denver's season coming to an end against the Chargers. After a 12-2 non-conference performance that nearly landed them in the top 25, the USD women's basketball team begins Summit League play today, having not lost a league game since February of 2017. And playing perennial cellar dweller North Dakota State, it certainly didn't seem like that streak was in danger today. First quarter, though, NDSU had other ideas. Marina Fernandez feeds Emily Dietz. Dietz for the layup. The Bison start the game on a 7-0 run. When USD gets going, they score the next 15 points. Madison McKeever from nearby Winnie Mac High School with the jumper. She had 13 points. Then in transition, Liv Korngable finds Monica Ahrens for 3. USD up 2 after 1. They put this thing away in the second quarter. It's the Sully Buttes alum Chloe Lamb with the jumper. Hannah Shervin also had 15 points. All Coyotes. They win this one 67-41. 24 hours ago, the Southwest Minnesota State men's basketball team was playing in front of 12,000 fans at Pinnacle Bank Arena in Lincoln against the Division I Nebraska Cornhuskers. Following their loss, the Mustangs hopped on a bus and dove right back into conference play at Sioux Falls this afternoon. The Coup honoring head coach Chris Johnson prior to the game for his 250th career win. Team trying to honor him with another victory. Trayvon Evans drives, misses on the jumper, but there's Justin Taylor to tip it back in as USF goes up by 2. The Mustangs go to their leader, Ryan Bruggeman. He's fearless, and this is a fearless drive and pull up for the jumper as the Mustangs pull ahead. It was a nip and tuck affair in the first half. Here comes Chase Grindy working along the baseline and getting that one to rattle in off the rim to tie things up. On the other end, though, check out Taylor Schaefer. He's got a man in his grill with the shot clock winding down. He's not afraid to pull up for the 3, and it's a pretty good decision. SMSU pulls back in front. On the other end, though, here comes one of the best players in the NSIC, Trayvon Evans. A little hesitation, drive, and 1. This is a good game right now. It's 47-46 Sioux Falls in the second half. We'll have an update tonight after the game. Another good game going on down in Wayne, Nebraska. Augustana trailing by 1 in the second half, and we will also have highlights of this one tonight after Sunday Night Football. In the NAIA, the final games of the Hoop City Classic. Of course, they also include college games now. At the Corn Palace, Dakota State drops a close one to Peru State, while Dakota Wesleyan hits triple figures in a win over St. Mary's. The Mustang and Cougar women also in action at the Stewart Center today. SMSU is down as many as 10, and they storm back in the second quarter. Malia Reinhardt hooping the harm as SMSU turns a 10-point deficit into a 10-point lead. For the Cougars, Jessie Gear was trying to shift them into high gear, and plays like that helps. She steals and goes all the way for 2 of her 15 points as it's back within single digits. However, SMSU was just firing on all cylinders. Look at Jenna Borchers. Practically hits this one from Marshall. Mustangs outscore the Cougars 31-9 and led 44-31 at the break. USF, as you kind of expected, got on a run in the third quarter. Mariah Szymanski with a tough take. They pulled to within 7. However, SMSU lets them get no closer. Kaylee Rodning with a dagger 3. She had 16. Great win for their program. Mustangs take it 77-61. 23rd ranked Augustana women in Wayne. All Vikings in the second quarter. Hannah Matoxen will hit from the corner for 3 as the Vikings go up by 23. It's their largest lead of the day. 23-point lead for the 23rd ranked team, putting some of the locals to sleep apparently. Wayne State did chip away though. There's the Wayne High School graduate Kylie Hammer with the layup as they get back to within 9. They get no closer though. Abby Ora with a nice feed off the wild pass to Lindsey Prosser in transition. Vikings get it done 88-74. A couple other scores. Northern State's women right now defeating Metro State 38-34. That's in the second. The final game of the Hoop City Classic last night at the Sanford Pentagon featured a number 1 ranked team in South Dakota against the number 1 ranked prep team in the entire country. The T-Titans were taking on La Lumiere out of Indiana, if we can pull up those highlights. First quarter action, this is why they have some of the best players in the country. Keon Brooks gets the rebound and jams this one home. He had a big night, 23 points. Their top prospect is Isaiah Stewart. He's being recruited by pretty much everyone in the country, and he's going to get a jam of his own as well. They actually opened up about a 20-point lead. T played them fairly close the rest of the way, but the number 1 team in the country does pull out the win 78-64. Ethan Friedel there, by the way, had 33 points. Excuse me, Noah Friedel had 33 points. And again, we'll have Vikings highlights coming up again after the Sunday night game. We're back in one moment.